All right, guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the Waterdrop G3P600. This is specifically the one that I think is the most well balanced. After using it myself for 3 years, I feel pretty comfortable recommending this product. Now, the other thing that I add is minerals. You will see here's another filter that you have to add. I think it's about $29. Yeah, $29.99. This is kind of like essential to bring back some minerals and the flavor. Now, if you want to replace these yearly, it's going to cost you $149 just to replace all the filters on the system. Now, let's jump real quick here in the installation. Now, one of the things that I will suggest is remove the doors. If you had this type of hinges, now remove everything from underneath. Now, once we have that removed, we're going to go underneath and measure and see how much space that we have and what is the pretty much where is going to be the option that we're going to have to install the faucet. In this situation, I don't have the hole, so I got to create one. As you see right here, once I measure from underneath, it was 6 and the one is 10. Right in the middle is a bracket, so I don't want to like drill a hole right there because it's going to compromise, pretty much the holding power of the bracket. So now the other thing was like 2 3/4 from the wall. It's kind of the same as the current faucet that I have. Now for me, this first closer spot, it was not ideal, so I used the other spot. Now for drilling the hole, do not do this completely vertical, like aiming down. It needs to be an angle. Press the trigger to get the full speed and slowly approaching the bit to touch the countertop. And before you know, you're gonna have a little groove area that you're gonna be able to be supporting your drill and your drill bit, and slowly like going through the vertical position. Make sure that you have some water on so you don't burn prematurely your bit. As you see right there, I use it slowly but surely. Make sure that I have my drill bit all the way into the vertical position at the end because I already carved enough to have it like that. And then you see, just make sure you have a bucket underneath because before you know, this thing is gonna go through and the whole water and even the little piece of granite is gonna fell down, and you're gonna end up creating unnecessary mess. So we definitely want to prevent extra work for ourselves. As you see right here, this is the perfect, everything was captured in that little bucket. Now as you see here, everything was aligned good and the hole was created exactly what I wanted to be. Now guys, we had done what was the hardest part of the whole installation if you didn't have the hole. Now if you have the hole, it's even easier. Now you gotta fish the wires and the cables because we're ready to install the faucet. Now before we tie this fully and completely, we're gonna make sure that this thing is facing forward, because once you do the last like pretty much tightening, you want this to be facing in the proper way because you're not gonna be really able to twist it after that. Now we're gonna remove the cold water you see right here. Now make sure that you have something underneath, piece of towel or something, because it's gonna drip some water for sure. Now you're gonna install the adapter that comes with the system, because that adapter is gonna give us the option and the opportunity to get water, to split the water. Now one is going to the main faucet and the other one is going to go to the system. Make sure that you tight this and do not over tight it, just tight it enough that it's not dripping. Now here I was having trouble to insert this all the way. The lines come with the black mark and I couldn't like slide it all the way in, and I put all the pressure. Now I'm using here this plumber's grease to facilitate the installation of the line. Once you put that, it's easy to go all the way in, as you see right here. And this is a very important step because you don't want to have any leakage, any dripping from the system. Now we're gonna connect the water line, and this is for the inlet of the system. Now in my situation, I want the minerals, so I'm plugging here the minerals cartridge, and this is for the outlet. The one that goes from the system to the Waterdrop faucet, the one to have the purified waters. That's what I'm talking about. Now this thing, I'm going to show you here. It goes from the outlet, as you see, is the thinner line, and it's going to go, the first connection is going to go to the cartridge with the minerals, and the other side and the other section is going to loop around. As you see right here, it's just going to go around and it's going to loop all the way to the main, not to the main, but to the actual purifier faucet, the Waterdrop faucet system. Now we're gonna plug, this is the faucet, so because the faucet needs power, so it needs to be plugged to the system. And now we're gonna like plug the actual main power of the whole unit. Now that everything is installed and plugged correctly, we're gonna let it run this for 35 minutes, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna let you listen to how loud this sounds. Now probably here in the video sounds like to be a bit louder, but in reality you can hardly hear this, especially once you close those doors. I never noticed when this thing is running, to be honest. I'm very happy with that. Now you will need a splitter because this is going to be using the plug for the dishwasher, and definitely the dishwasher is only one plug because the second one is for the garbage disposal, and the garbage disposal uses a switch, so you will need a splitter. Remember that. And here's some of the dimensions. I'm pretty sure they're gonna fit in any standard cabinet here, and at least here in the United States. Now we're gonna test it out. 20 ounces cup Stanley. Let's see how long it takes. Now guys, if you have enjoyed this and learned something, please don't forget to give it a like, and if you have not subscribed yet, please do if you enjoy this type of content. Now guys, I'm very happy with this product. I'm very satisfied. The flavor is absolutely amazing. I used to use the purified water comes from the fridge, but it doesn't even compare to the actual. This system is absolutely amazing. You see here, 20-ounce cup. Fill up time is about 20 seconds. Thanks for all the love and all the support, and I will see you guys in the next one.